Are you sure? I'm good.
Yeah,
Good.
we're good. Yeah.
Good.
That's good. We want to call to order, are we on? Yeah, we're on. Want to call to order the February meeting of the Morgan County Council. If you'll join us, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer. Brian, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for our freedom that we can meet in public session and take care of the matters at hand for not only our county but our state as well. And dear Lord, we lift those up who are sick and hurt, those that are trying to overcome disease and illness. We ask that you lay your healing hand upon their souls and make them well. And dear Lord, we pray for those who have lost loved ones and friends. We also ask that you grant them peace and comfort in their trying time. And we ask that you pray with our soldiers who are on both near and foreign soils across this world. And dear Lord, we ask that you oversee this body and that our work here be pleasing to you. In all these things we ask in your precious name. Amen.
Okay. Let the record show that all council members are in attendance this evening. And did everyone get a copy of the commissary report? Just have to acknowledge it, nothing that we have to vote on, but just acknowledge that it's been received. And it looks like we have appropriation transfer this evening. Treasurer's office, Mr. Baston? You want to move some money around?
Yes, I do. I had some printing done, and then when I went to submit the claim for the printing, found that I don't have a printing account. And I learned that my office, as well as many others, I think, are using office supplies for their printing, when that's not really a good thing to do, because printing is a service, and we should be reporting that on a 1099. And our system's not, it's only engineered to create 1099s if you use a service account and not a supplies account. So anyway, so I said, well, I'm going to move some money because I want to pay my claim against printing because it's printing, it's not an office supply. So that's why I'm here, what I want.
So you want to move $2,000 from office supplies to printing?
That's just an estimate. Hopefully I won't be back to move more, but we'll see. And then going forward, our budget will be submitted with a printing line item.
Any-
Vicki Kivett makes a motion that we approve this transfer as requested.
Joe Crum seconds it.
We have a motion by Vicki Kivett, seconded by Chip Keller. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. There we go. Who's going to present on this? Mr. Foley? Yeah, I'm not sure either, sir. Sometimes they get here just a little bit late, but
Good evening, everybody.
good evening, sir.
Good to see everybody. But I'm here for a transfer. Really, I was guided by Joyce at the auditor's office that we needed to do a transfer. And it says RSAT, but it's really the jail treatment grant. It's the RSAT program within the jail treatment grant. But I believe this is the second or third year that you have allocated some funding to help with that. And that's the opiate restricted fund. But we need to transfer some of that from the 300 level to the 200. And the way it was explained to me is we're trying to track it better. So there's a whole new number. And
Okay.
it's lined out accordingly to match the DOC grant that we manage. Right.
I like transfers. I don't like additional appropriations,
It's not additional, no.
especially in February.
Yes.
So we're good. So you want
Good.
to take these one by one, folks? The RSAP to education supplies, 3,000. Thank you, Troy.
Brian Coble, second.
Brian, we have a motion by Troy Sprinkle, seconded by Brian Culp. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next one is $2,000 from the RSAP program into incentives and other supplies.
Brian Coble make the motion to approve that transfer.
Thank you, Brian. Kim Meredith will second that. So we have a motion by Brian Culp, seconded by Kim Meredith. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, sir. You got anything else
Thank
for
you.
us?
Well, there was two letters. So the other letter was all within the 300 series, so it was a transfer,
One letter.
Next month. On my email. It's not the very end, is it?
That's all on that. And then we'll move on to statement of cash receipts, expenditures, and cash.
Thank you.
Balances for all funds. Thank you, Brian, I'm sorry. For all funds and statement of total compensation. What is this, Linda? Yes, that would be great. Yes. Okay, okay.
Okay, this is the county's financial statement for the year of 2024. So overall funds, our beginning cash was $99,148,732.65. Our receipts for the year were $256,765,940.38. Expenditures were $250,400,757.35, leaving an overall ending balance of $105,513,915.68. I am pleased to report that in the general fund, we received $4,021,536 in interest on our investments. So next month, I will present a resolution to transfer $4 million to the rainy day fund.
That's good news. Thank you.
And then we have our total compensation for the year. We averaged 415 employees. Total payroll was $22,912,942.28. And now you also have the encumbered funds, which I think they need to vote on those, right? Okay.
Encumbrances.
Yes. So the general fund total encumbrance is $573,445.98. And the special funds is $13,441,917.17 for a total of $14,015,363.15.
Big numbers, yes. Yes, indeed.
It was a lot of work.
Thank you. So we do need to vote on the encumbrances, though, correct?
Just gonna have to take this off. There's, I knew it was on those pages. I just didn't see the 14 million when she said it. I was looking for a certain number.
Grand total of the encumbrances, correct? Grand total of the encumbrances is $14,015,363.15. And we just need to vote to agree to those encumbrances. And Do you understand that, Joe? It's
What'd you say?
encumbrances, it's things that we haven't paid for yet, but
Oh,
we're
okay.
taking into the budget, and so it's carrying over, so
Okay.
to speak.
These were appropriations in the 2024 budget.
All right. Okay, got it. Thank you.
That always confused me a little bit, so I
Yeah,
thought,
that was
yeah, when I first came on, so I thought, well,
what
that.
it was, but I kind of didn't.
Motion to approve the $14,015,363,000, I'll spit it out here in a minute. That's too many numbers for me. $14,015,363.15. Got it.
Chip
Right.
Keller will make a motion to approve that encumbrance you just pronounced.
Brian Koppel, second.
Brian Cole?
We have a motion by Chip Keller to approve, seconded by Brian Culp. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. It's included in there. It was just a grand total, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, it's all in there. Yep, yep, okay. Salary ordinance amendment for the Health Department.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This was just a complete oversight on my part, so I apologize for that. I didn't know that the salary ordinance kind of got clean slated at the beginning of each year. So we didn't have a part-time, or we did have a part-time person on there for last year. We still need that part-time person. It's a lady who comes in and helps once a month with our CPR classes. So she's 3 hours a month approximately, and she just does that admin. So
That's $5,000 is what you expect to spend?
yeah,
But as I
it'll-
understood it, it's no additional, it'll be used from another, do you have another line that you're paying
yeah,
that
I was
from
just
or
going to
something?
transfer it out of a different salary line.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So we're just approving the part-time position that won't change the salary ordinance because they're going to.
Within our budget, yeah.
Have any other questions on that? If not, I'll look for a motion?
Brian Koppel, make that motion.
Motion by Brian Culp, seconded by Troy Sprinkle for the salary ordinance amendment to the Health Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you very much.
And then our treasurer, want to fill a part-time position?
Yes, the compensation for the part-time is in the budget, and and it's also on the salary ordinance, it says that all of the part-time positions, $20 an hour. Terry made an attempt to get this filled in 2024, but just could not find anyone that wanted that particular position. I'm hoping that I can with a different approach. Terry was trying to fill that just to have hours in the spring and the fall for the collection period. Actually, and the money is there, want to get someone that will work on the average 24 hours a week. And I'm going to have, my goal is I want this person to work from 9 to 3, Monday through Thursday. And at times it may be till Friday, or the hours may increase. Have to keep the hours average under 30 or 30 or less, or only infrequently go over the 30 hours. And I'm hoping that will be a position that will be attractive to someone. I'm thinking of people that have kids. Those hours would enable them to get them on the bus or get them to school, and then to be back home when they come back home. So I'm hoping that will be more attractive. Terry was running into the problem that the people that applied for it, and I have no idea how the position was advertised, but somehow or another, they thought it was a full-time position, And then when Terry would interview them and they'd learn that it's a part-time position with no benefits, they were no longer interested. Also, people who were interested in a part-time were interested in part-time but more hours or more consistent hours. And I think we've got some people in mind to be interested in this. But that's my plan, is that I'll have somebody. I don't want this person to be just isolated doing one task like the mail or maybe some counter work. I want them to be more of an integral part of the office, and we're going to do cross-training. We're already starting with some cross-training, so and they already had before, that some of the positions were rotating on a daily and a weekly basis, what they were doing I want to do more of that. We're going to expand to
What is the
more day.
maximum hours that can be worked and it still be considered part-time?
It has to be less than 30.
Less than 30, okay.
So 28? That's not nice.
I thought it was-
But if you only go over those hours just infrequently or just once in a great while. Yeah.
Okay,
Could-
okay, that's what I was.
Yeah,
thinking. I thought there was a
that's the,
point at
the,
which
the
you had
key
to-
there is that we're not obligated to the insurance, thanks to a certain president and his health plan. The, also, she's already let me know that if it happens, she wouldn't mind expanding her family by one more child. So I got to kind of plan for that. And also just when they're on vacation and sick. So there, while it will be consistent, I want the person who accepts this job to understand there'll be different times of the year it might go like that. Some, but that's the plan, and I really would like to. We really need to get someone hired and start training, because hopefully tax bills will be going out as soon as we can get them out there. We want to get them out. Linda and I, we want to get those out as soon as we can. Just gives people longer time to plan for paying those bills. And when you give them to them on April 15th and they're due on May 10th, they're not real happy campers. So we're going to try to make that a longer period of time. But we'll see how that goes.
Anyone else have questions for Dan on that position?
I can give you the history of how many positions and when they had part-time, but I don't want to bore you with stuff you don't want to know.
In the office at all times, so that way there's always two. If someone has, goes to lunch or needs to run down the hall, then for accountability, they just need to keep 3 people at all times.
Yeah, we need to have, there's a certain number of people you need to have in order to have good internal controls and having checks and balances and the like. And but we're all working good. It's all
Good.
going good. Yeah.
Great. All right. Hearing nothing else, I look for a motion.
Brian Copel make a motion to allow the position to be filled.
Melissa Green?
Advertised, yeah.
I'll second.
Okay, have a motion by Brian Culp, seconded by Melissa Green. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion
Thank you.
carries 7-0. We're on to Ever Popular Benefits Committee. Okay. Last meeting, we mentioned that we were going to kind of reconvene on the, I'm calling it the Benefits Committee. I don't know if that's a good name for it, but it's good as any. So I came up with some names, and I sent the email out to all of you with the names and asked if those were good or if you had any, and I got crickets, folks. That's what I got. I got nothing. Nothing.
We didn't reply?
No replies. So I assumed it was all good. The only name that I think wasn't on this list that I added on was Tammy Parker. So there's one more on that list if you want to add that one. I think I explained that to Doree. So
And you feel like this just represents the entire county well, and all the different matrices and
Yep, we've got a judge in there, we've got someone from the prosecutor's office, we've got the
highway department?
highway department, health department, sheriff's, we got the sheriff and the jail commander. And then, got EMS, EMA,
Yep.
and Linda. Yep, and the judge. So, and then the max we could have is, and HR. You're on there, Doree.
Who?
Oh, I thought, no, you're right, we don't. We have dispatch. I saw Worth and I was thinking of, yeah, you're right, it's Jody Law, yep. So, yeah, just to go over the list, I've got Doree Fry from HR, myself, Vicky, and Chip Keller from the council, Brian Collier from the commissioners, Rich Myers from the sheriff's department, Dave Rogers from the jail, Judge Brian Williams, Eddie Fisher from the highway department, Jody Law from the prosecutor, Brent Worth from EMS, Zach Worth from dispatch, and Linda Pruitt and Tricia Runnigan from the health department. So I think that's a good
Representation.
of folks. Oh, and Tammy Parker from the clerk's office, yes.
And then, so what does this look like going forward? Like, you gonna have workshops? What's the plan?
Yeah, I think we'll start with a meeting of a kind of a round table and kind of throw in our concerns and then go from there, meet on a consistent, regular basis. And I'm sure Doree will have a lot she wants to go. I mean, she's been in the last group and she can kind of go over what the concerns are and what areas we need to focus on.
Do we have thoughts on a time frame, or is
Yeah,
this
that's what I was gonna
open-ended?
I would think that we could have, I mean, what's your thoughts, Doree? I mean, as far as time frame to put things in place, by summer? I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't.
Well, is the matter at hand just going to be the PTO
Think so.
situation, or do you see us continuing on other benefit situations in the future?
Give us a for instance.
There were several different changes in Chapter 4. One of them was addressing holiday time.
Tip your mic, Doreen.
One was addressing holiday time, one was addressing funeral time, holiday pay. Right now, if you work 1 to 2 hours, you get paid for your holiday. So we changed that to 8. I'm trying to think. There were probably, if the employer, as in your supervisor, could give you days off without pay, previously that has been going through the commissioners. There were probably 20 other things in that Chapter 4. So I feel like if we're going to do it, we probably should do the entire chapter.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because there are some of them that just need to happen soon. Because, like, for example, EMA, and right now it just states you get 5 full days off for bereavement if you lose a spouse or a child or a parent. And so EMS is interpreting that as 5 full days, which is 5 24-hour shifts, which is half of their month.
Right. Not
So-
it should be 5 consecutive
Right.
days.
And we have people that are not having time, that are wanting paid for their holidays. They're only working a little bit instead of being in paid status, the full shift before, the full after. There's just a lot of other things that need to be looked at. And getting new people on to start the accruing that needs to start happening.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's a whole lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll bring all of that because you've been through this before and had it. So kind of the plan that you had, we can just kind of look at it and see what needs to be kept and changed, so. Oh, I'm sorry, Dan.
So Chapter 4 of the personnel policies, what you're going to be looking at generally?
I think we should. I think some of them are probably going to be no-brainers, and won't need a lot of discussion, but some of them probably will.
And so we need to decide this when we get together, but if someone wants to submit something to be considered, or
That's a good point.
how you want that to get communicated to the committee.
You want to be that point of contact?
I
If-
can do that.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's,
Yeah, I
that's
can-
good, though. We probably need to, if we
Yeah.
put out an email that if people have some.
Mhm.
Mhm. And we'll
Yeah.
make HR the,
I can
yep.
make sure that whoever's on the committee knows what's being asked.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So do you see this committee still going forward and being still a formed committee after these matters are resolved, or you think it's going to
I
dissolve?
think it would be something that could stay as a formed committee. I mean, obviously, we're going to meet more often initially.
Right.
And then after we've addressed the issues and things, I think it could go to maybe a quarterly meeting of that same committee. And yeah.
On an as-needed basis?
There are frequently things that come up with the handbook. Before that one, it was in 2003, I think, had been updated, and then it was updated in 2020. That's a long time.
That's a long
So,
time. That's a too long amount of time.
yes, so we're still catching some things. You know, it's like a lot of pages. It's like 170-some pages, so it's very difficult to catch everything. So payroll catches a lot, you know, a question comes up, and we're like, well, we've never had that one before. You know, let's do some research and see what we've done and what do we need to change. Like, one of the things that we just talked about with the sheriff had made I don't know if he's even here.
Yep, he's here.
He had made a
Don't talk about him.
change to the amount of comp time that his deputies were allowed. He mentioned that, and it was voted on in a meeting, but the handbook was never changed.
Oh.
So the handbook still states 480, which is the state amount, but he preferred it to be, I think, is it 80 or 1 week? 40, so it's 1 week's work, which is what most of the county is, if not all. So there's just some of
Yeah.
those things that we need to fix.
I
And
agree.
I just want to recognize, I know how much work you put into this, and I know how disheartened you were. And I appreciate you being willing to stick with this and stay in the game. I just want you to know I recognize that, so.
Thank
you've
you,
done.
Melissa.
Yep.
I feel like my job is to advocate for the employees, and if I didn't do this, then I would be remiss. So, I'll try.
Appreciate you. So, did we have any questions on the list? Is there anyone you want changed?
You feel like it
anyone
looks
you
like a
want
good
added?
list?
Are you still missing somebody? Were you talking about that?
Tammy Parker.
Tammy Parker needs to be added.
Yeah, but I thought you said dispatch, or somebody was
EMA?
EMA, or do you have to add?
They have 2 full-time employees and 1 part-time employee.
Yeah, it's small.
So
Okay.
it's not a very
Well, you
big
said that a minute
department.
ago. I was just making sure
I
you didn't
admitted the wrong
forget.
names.
Okay.
When we got too
Okay.
many words.
Yeah,
One
too many things
part-time.
that are very
I won't say
close.
too many. We have a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Mayor Costin, does the city have a HR department?
Ben handles that, doesn't he?
Does he?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Brandy now.
Okay. All right. Do you have a benefits committee? No?
Oh,
All right, so if we're all good with the names listed, I would like to make a motion to approve that list, or have.
Okay,
I'm
Melissa
sorry.
Green will move to approve the list, including Tammy Parker, as we have presented to us today.
Joe Cronin will second it.
Joe Crone seconds.
Have a motion by Melissa Green, seconded by Joe Crone. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. I'm sorry.
Any idea when our person meeting will be? Has there been anything
Is
in
there
the
a day
works?
that's better for you? No, we hadn't even gotten there. Is
I
there
think
a day
she has
that's-
something to add, too.
I just wanted to tell you how the total compensation package went.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff. So I was hoping Brian Foley would stay here because he has some really good things to say about it. He was very excited about it. It went very well. We had great attendance. We had almost everybody that we had invited, plus a few extras. And Brian was very excited about it because he does grants. So he's able to use all of those numbers, whereas before he might have only used salary and benefit, like insurance. So he's very excited because this can maybe get them a little bit more money.
Okay.
There were several others that were like, this is great. And there are others that said, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then there were others that said, well, what are they trying to prove? So there were mixed reviews. I don't know. I had one for all of you.
Yeah, we got them
Oh,
tonight.
you got them? Okay.
Yep, we got them
good.
tonight.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So
Haven't
I
had a
just
chance
wanted to
look at
let
it
you
yet.
know that it went well, and it was very appreciated. So,
And a lot of time went into that, a lot
Yes.
of time. And do you feel like it shed some light just on, you know, how many benefits we actually do get?
I hope so. If people looked at them, you know, not everybody's going to read them, just like they don't read the emails and all of that. And some people are just going to pitch it, and that's fine. But I think that it helped. It's eye-opening. You know, if we do it again next year, there are several companies that do them every year. And so that's what I would like to do, because I feel like people should know that.
Be aware of their
Yeah,
package,
they,
yeah.
a lot of times, even though these are public meetings, they don't know what is decided on or anything like that. So I think it was good.
To
It
have
was
it all
very
in
good.
one place to look at.
Yeah,
And I think they oftentimes focus on they're getting a 3% or 4% annual raise, and they don't realize, well, the county's picking up a portion of something else that is a benefit that you're getting a part of. So, yeah, time well spent.
I also wanted to share something else. Quinn Harmon is our PA at the clinic.
Yeah.
And as of April 18th, she has turned in her resignation.
Oh, no.
So I don't know how that's going to go, because we all just love her.
That company has changed hands several times, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't ever know what it's called anymore. And
It
so-
is called Marathon. She has
But it
taken,
went from Evergreen.
it went from Activate to Everside to
Everside.
Marathon.
And she's turned in her notice.
She is, so I don't know if there's a Colonel Beam House in Spencer, Indiana. It's on the historical register, and her husband and her
Yes.
bought that.
It's beautiful.
And you should look it up on Facebook.
home is
She has a
incredible.
Facebook account for her house. It is called the Beam House on the Hill or something like that. And so they live in Spencer now, so this place is closer to her, and it has better benefits.
Yeah.
So I don't know that
But-
anybody can fault her for that, but we all just love her.
Is it up to that company to replace her or our county?
They are working on that. No, it's not the county.
Okay.
It is the company, and so they are working on that. They have a couple of providers in Martinsville that they've been talking to that live in the community, so I don't know. I haven't received an update, but they're working on it.
That's another benefit to our community.
Yes,
We-
yes,
My family uses it a lot.
yes. So,
For the
makes
city.
me very sad. And the city uses it too.
Yeah, the city.
And the school system, yeah. And the library.
Yep.
So I just wanted to update you guys on that.
Okay.
Thank you, we appreciate that. Eddie, do you have anything going on out your way? Let's see here.
15.
15 was what I counted.
Tammy on it.
Yeah, 15 with Tammy. Mhm.
Yeah, 15. Uh-huh, yep. Yes, yeah, total. The Highway Department had a big tree down on Blue Bluff today. You guys did great, got out there and got that cleaned up quickly, and we commend you. You're doing a great job with your team.
I saw another one on Waverly Road, or Waverly Road today, too. I don't know if that's us or the gravel pit right there. Right, IMI, is that what that is? It's right along in there. It's huge.
Is there anything else that needs to come before the council today?
I would, I just, while she's walking up, I'll just encourage my fellow council folks to pay attention to what's going up in Indianapolis, what's going on, because big changes are going to be coming our way, so, one way or the other.
I'm Diana Jennings, and right now I'm Vice Chair of Morgan County Democratic Party here. And you guys represent us as well as the rest of the county. I do not while I'm looking at your audience, the people that are here have to be here, except for the 3 Democrats that are here. And the rude comment that was made about a former president with the insurance, I did not appreciate that. It was unnecessary and uncalled for. And I just wanted to voice my opinion.
Thank you,
Thank you
Diane.
very much.
But they don't all have, I want to, I mean, the folks that are in the audience aren't all having to be here. They come by their own free will. They're not required to be here. Some are. Our sheriff and our jail commander are always here, but. Right, yeah. All right, is there anything else that needs to come before the council?
Vicki Kivett makes a motion for adjournment.
This meeting is March the 3rd, here at 6:30.
Now that we're off the record, I'd like to.
We need a second.
Got a second and close it out?
I'll second.
Motion to adjourn by Vicki Kivett, seconded by Brian Culp. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign.